Hey guys, NineTimeFox92 here with a new building series, which people were asking me to do, so I was like, why not? These are just going to be little short videos helping you build better. This first video is on color theory, which is very important. You have to remember that this series only works if you really see all the videos, because each thing is not like if you get color right, you're a good builder. That's not how it works. You need to have a variety of different things like color, texture, depth, space, a ton of different things together which makes a good build. But first we're going to focus on color. So I have some example boards. So this is an example of this is utilizing texture well and depth well, but it's really bland, it's all one color, so if you had like a big wall of this, it's just going to look really boring. When here, this is actually like an identical, detail-wise it's identical, like depth and stuff, with color, and it just looks way better, it's way more interesting. In a big build, if you run past, it's going to look better. Another thing is the color you use to support your build. It's very important to match this color to your theme. So on the left we have red, which is a warm color, and on the right we have blue, which is a cold color. So on the left you would have maybe for a warm map, so like Holiday Resort, you'd want like reds. When on the right the blue is a cold color, so if you had like Solar Frost or something you'd want blues, not reds. So over here I've just highlighted a ton of blocks, whether they're warms or they're golds. So the warm colors are kind of like yellows, reds, oranges. There's some kind of like fringing colors, like the pinks, closer into purple, which kind of goes towards colder colors, but these are the general warm colors. So if you're doing a warm map, you want these. And if you're doing a cold map, you want the cold colors, which are blues, greens. I think the cold colors are good for nautical kind of maps. So like if you did an Atlantis build, you're going to want to be using greens and blues. You're not going to want to be using reds because it's just gonna be off. Over here, these are some kind of, that was actually supposed to be dirt, although it's grass now. These are some kind of like more neutral tones. They do go between the kind of like cold and warm, but these matter less. These are better for supporting, like these are your main structural colors, and you use the other colors to support them. White and black, kind of like, I'm unsure, they're kind of not really on the spectrum because you can use white with warm and you can use white with cold, but in general the dark kind of like black tones are better for warm and the whites are better for cold, because it's the general feeling you get from the color, which helps. So Solar Frost works because it's all white, it's snow, you get that cold feeling, you can imagine it in your head. If you built Solar Frost in like obsidian and you're like, oh no, it's a frozen cave, it's just not gonna look right. So yeah, so that's the basics of color theory. Now let's do some quick examples. Okay, for an example, this is my new map I'm working on called Into Ashes. Color-wise, I'm using very kind of like dark tones. I'm using rather a lot of it's kind of like neutral tones which are being supported by these dark tones, because I want to give that warm feeling, because obviously it's a lava map, but at the same time, because it's a very structural map, you need a lot of the neutral tones such as stone to give the right feel. If you did this all in kind of like stained clays, it could be really bright, which you could think would look better, but if it was really bright, it's just not fitting with your themes. You have to make sure your theme matches your colors. And also, if we come over to where I've done the islands and stuff, you see where the red's starting to come in. Everything's kind of very, it's either neutral or warm. You don't want any cold colors, any blues or whites in here are gonna throw off the theme. Another example. Okay, so for another example, SG Adrenaline is supposed to feel very kind of like warm, bright. So that's why all the seating is kind of like red. All the grass is very vibrant. It's a very colourful build. Because it's supposed to be like a stadium where you'd go out to watch racing, and obviously you're not going to want to feel cold at the event. There are whites and things on here, and blues. You may be like, oh, this is contradicting what you said. But it's a balance. Predominantly, these colours are very bright, which fits the theme. If we had kind of very like plain, not plain, like if we had plainer colours with like into ashes, this would look way worse. If all these greens were kind of greys, if we'd done the seating in light blues, more quartz, it would have just felt, it wouldn't have looked as good. So hopefully that helps in some aspect. Remember, warm colours, cold colours, and you have to make sure it fits with your theme. Thanks for watching. This has been 9 Fox 92.